On the CircuitPython Parsec today, in our Spyce Invaders game, you will see I have added collision detection with the aliens and the player ship, as well as a game over state. So last week, if you remember, we added resetting the game from the controller, and you can see I've got it starting pretty much right at the bottom there. I can still try to blast some of these guys so I don't get immediately oh, I didn't get that guy in time. So you can see what happens is when the aliens, they're not shooting at me yet, but when they get down below that level where the bases normally are going to be, which we'll be building in the future, if one of those aliens collides with the player ship, I lose a life. Right now I've just got it set to a single life, so it goes to game over immediately. So let's talk about some of the changes to make this work. Let me scroll all the way up here. First of all, I have new set of variables for game over state. So sorry about that. There we go. Game over state initially is false, and the game over text is set to none. So that's just, we've begun the game, or in the future, if we have multiple lives or gain a life, we can keep track of those. And then let me scroll down. I put some, this is getting long, so I have a lot of scrolling here, but I added some little comment lines here so I can find my place. New function in here called check alien collision with ship. So I'm building a little bounding box around the triangle of the ship. So my little, wherever that is, I'll move it over here so we can last a little longer. Wherever this ship is, we're going to create a little square around it, a little bounding box, excuse me. And we then check and see the alien position. If the alien left or right, top or bottom overlaps with that, then we return true. If not, we return false. So we'll call that later when we're running the main loop of the game. Another function I've added is trigger game over. So here we can see I've got the game over and game over text variables that we're checking, as well as the text label item that's created to throw that game over text just using terminal font up at the top of the screen there. And excuse me, then in the main loop here, I'm starting with just because this is the new thing, if game is over, then we're going to check for current start pressed. We can either restart it or we can reset the whole board, so that even when the game is over, allows me to press start and restart the game. I don't have to add coins or anything. And then scrolling down a little further, here is the collision check. So check for aliens with the projectile, and scrolling down a little further, check for alien collision with ship. So that function takes care of that up at the top. We just run that function once a loop to see, is it time to blow up the character yet? So now you can see if I reset this and start blowing away these guys, let's try to give myself a fighting chance here and take out the bottom row. Okay, so now I'm not implementing, I started to, but I'm not, have not implemented yet the speed up. The aliens will speed up as they get lower and lower. They come at you faster, which makes it a little more exciting. But right now we'll just watch this and see when that gets low enough. When it runs that check alien collision with ship, it'll see his bounding box is overlapping with the ship's bounding box. So once this hits, boop, we call game over. In the future, what we'll do is add lives to subtract from that, and then just check to see if that number equals 0. Then we'll end the game. And so that is, in the continuing saga of Spyce Invaders in CircuitPython, the collision detection of aliens with the ship and a game over condition. And that is your CircuitPython Parsec.